Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about a TV show that was on TV last night, and I didn't find out that it was back until about 5 hours before it started, so thank you very much to my friend Laura who texted me and told me that. I've been waiting for this show since, gosh, it would have been September, October last year. As soon as the last series finished, I was like, okay, when's the next series coming on? It has to be on soon. Of course, this show is Young, Dumb and Living Off Mum, which was the first series was on this time last year, and I was completely controlled by this show last year. I loved it so much. I was continuously watching reruns on iPlayer and I just fell in love with it all completely. So when it came back last night, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I can officially say that it was definitely worth the wait. The first episode last night was fantastic. So for those of you who don't know what it's about, basically you have 8 people at the beginning who are all put into this one house, and then they have different tasks to do as the weeks unfold. Sounds a bit like Big Brother, but it's nothing like Big Brother. It's much, much, much better than Big Brother. These 8 people are all young. I think the youngest, let me check my notes, the youngest is 17 and the oldest is 23. I think last season the youngest was 16 and the oldest was 24, I think. So they're young, they're dumb. I think that's a bit of a harsh word, but to be fair, some of them are a bit weird, as you'll find out in the episode. And they're living off mum. So basically, they're young, they don't want to work, they might not be that educated, and they live off their parents. You know, if their parents are giving them money, they don't see a reason to go and get a job. So they're put in this house to realise what it's like to live in the real world. You know, they have to go and buy their own food shopping, they've got to wash their own clothes, they've got to do everything for themselves. And they've got like an allowance to begin with, and then as the weeks unfold, they have the tasks give them money, and then they have to budget and learn to deal with things like that. And it is just a really good show. It sounds quite like a basic layout, you know. It does sound a little bit like Big Brother. It sounds like people, tasks, end of. But there's so much more to it, because it's not just about the tasks. It's about how they get on in the house. It's about the relationships between them and how they cope with one another, because these kids are all very used to being centre of attention and being in charge of people's lives. But when they're in the house, they all clash. You will see friendships forming and other things like that. But technically they're 8 people with very similar personalities, but at the same time they're also worlds apart, as you will see with a few of them. So the 8 people you have this year, I'll go through them one by one and just tell you a little bit about them. Cats are going insane again. There we go. You have Levi, who is 20, and you'll recognise him straight away. I'm going to kill those cats. You can recognise him straight away by his hair. His hair is like this tall, and you will recognise him straight away. Then you have Iman, who is 18, and I really like her. She seems quite nice. Not all these kids are nasty. Some of them are really spoilt and selfish, but some of them are just a bit too pampered for their own good. They still have respect for other people a bit. So Iman seems quite nice. Then you have Danielle, and she's 22, and she is a Geordie, and I want her to win. Straight away, as soon as I heard her accent, I was like, right, she has to do it for us Geordies, because she just has to. Although, to be fair, I don't really want another Danielle to win. But never mind, I want her to win. And then as the first episode unfolded, she seemed quite nice, so I'm sticking with my judgment there, and I'm wanting her to win. Then you have Adam, who is 23. And to start off with, he was alright, but then he kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But you can make your own assumptions and your own judgments with how you think that's going to work. Then you have Marc, who is 22. And I don't really know how you describe him. He doesn't have that much of a character built into him yet. He's just there. We haven't seen that much of him, to be honest with you. But I'm sure that will change as the weeks go on. Then you have Harri, who is 17, the youngest. And she's from Kensington. And you can tell straight away that she's very up herself, she's very snooty. She clearly thinks she's better than everybody else. It's pretty obvious that she has the most money out of all of them, or at least that's what she portrays, you know. She's like, oh, well, I don't live in a council house, I don't talk like this, yada yada. So you will see that when you pretty much straight away. And that can be really annoying, but it makes for good TV. Then you have Coran, who is 18, and he is Welsh. So glad there's a Welsh person in there, because some of you may know that I absolutely love the Welsh accent. So that is going to be quite interesting. As a person, I'm not too keen on him. I don't know how he's going to add to the show, but the Welsh accent is fine with me, you know, that is fine. He has to stay for a while just to keep the accent there. And then you have, the last one is Chloe, and she is 19. How do you describe Chloe? Definitely the loudest, definitely wants to be in charge, has really big eyelashes, and that is the only way I can sum her up. You'll have to watch it to understand her personality. In fact, even if you just watch it just for Chloe, it's going to be a good show. It is fantastic. So you have 8 people who are very different but very similar, living under one roof, have to work together in different tasks and things. Obviously, I don't know what the tasks are all going to be this year. Last year they had to work in a hotel, they had to bake a pie, which was quite funny. They had to work on a farm. There was loads of them, let me think. They had to work in a school, which I thought was a bit risky putting them with kids, but it seemed to pay off last year. That's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, last year's was really, really good. And I mean, I still watch bits of last year's, you know, like online and things. So this year's is going to be really, really good. I can feel it. So it's definitely worth watching if you can find it. It obviously is still on iPlayer. The first episode will be on iPlayer. I'm trying to think, last year did they wipe it all off, or did they just do it week for week? Because obviously with some shows, when it's a series like this, they'll keep the whole series on, like they do with Doctor Who, for example. But make sure you catch it this week, just in case they don't. But it's definitely worth watching. Fantastic show. 9 o'clock, BBC 3 every, what day was it yesterday? Sunday? I am thrilled that I was told that it was back, because I would have missed it otherwise, and now my world would have just ended if I'd missed it. But it is such a fantastic show. It's funny, it's frightening, it's scary, it's intense. Everything you want from a show like this. Oh yeah, and at the end of each week, all the parents of the people gather around and watch the footage from that week, and then they decide who goes out. So it's kind of like a very small eviction. And then the person who's sort of not progressed as much gets kicked out, basically. And then at the end of last year's, the winner got to go on like a basically like an around the world trip. I can't remember them ever mentioning that in last night's episode, so I don't know what the prize is for the winner. But I'm imagining it'll be something like that, if anything. Yeah, so make sure you check it out on BBC 3 at 9 o'clock every Sunday. Double check the listings just to make sure. Don't judge me, because if you miss it, don't blame me, please. But yeah, it's a fantastic show, definitely worth watching. I cannot wait till next Sunday. And yeah, my video tomorrow will be another show that was on last night, and then my video on Wednesday will be another show that was on last night. It's typical, because all the good shows come at once, and I want to do all the videos, and it's like I've got like a week's worth of videos planned just now, all from like 2 days worth of TV, so that's quite annoying, but quite nice at the same time. But also, if you have any requests or things, let me know. There are a few requests people have had in, like watching Miranda and a few things. So I will do them as soon as possible, I promise. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!